Now call Tom Arthur to be followed by Neil Findlay. Mr Arthur, please.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. I'd like to begin by congratulating Jamie Halcrow-Johnson on securing this important debate. My sentiments are similar to my colleagues Claire Adamson, but I'm absolutely behind the sentiments and motivation for regulation. And I think what hopefully this debate can contribute to is working towards a consensus about the best model. And I agree absolutely with Alexander Burnett that that has to be one developed with industry so that we ensure, while there are no corners cut, that every aspect of health and safety is given proper attention to and enforced, that we find the most efficient method at all, particularly for many electricians and small businesses and those who are self-employed. Oh, certainly.
Monica Lennon.
I hope the member will indulge me. It's meant in the best possible spirit, but I'm quite surprised to hear the arguments about bureaucracy and regulation and concerns, because traditionally we would get that from the Tory benches. Is there a bit of role reversal going on, Mr. And I forgot his name. sorry, Tom Arthur.
I was about to help you, but you gracefully recalled at the right moment. Mr Arthur.
I can assure absolutely not. Simply what I mean is, what I'm stating, as my colleague Claire Adamson has, is I want to make sure we get the best method and model possible. That's it. I completely agree with the principles that have been set out. I think they are long overdue, and I will come to why I think so in a moment. But I do want to be absolutely clear. In my remarks were about finding the best method possible, but that cannot come at the price of compromise in regards to robustness and integrity that is required to inspire confidence amongst consumers. So I hope that clears any misunderstanding that Monica Lennon may have on this matter. I should, Presiding Officer, declare an interest. I have had the opportunity to engage in conversations with Select over a number of years. I'm looking forward to meeting with Select again next month. And I should also declare an interest as the son of an electrician. My father started off his career as an electrician in the late 60s before going on to become an electrical engineer, then an operational manager. And health and safety was a very different era back in the 60s. Being the solitary operator on a cherry picker in high winds in the district lighting is not something that would necessarily be tolerated today. However, I learned from my father from a very young age to have a great respect and understanding for electricity and the dangers that it presents. And I was always shocked if I engaged with friends or colleagues who perhaps weren't aware of how dangerous it can be. And the point that Mr Burnett made with regards to the increasing proliferation of electronic goods, I think, is a well-made one. And I think the point that Jamie Halcrow-Johnson made is that electronic goods are more regulated than electrical installation, again, is a very key point indeed. Now, I think that some other key points that were highlighted in the motion, that the over 100 regulated professions that already exist, gas engineers, I think members of the public, consumers have a clear understanding of the dangers posed by gas, and they would not want to be we would not want their property or their premises being subject to work carried out by someone who is not a regulated gas engineer. That's clearly understandable. And it leads to a point where I think part of our aims and objectives should be not just about the regulation of the profession, but inspiring greater consumer confidence and understanding. I too was shocked by the statistics to read that for the overwhelming majority of people, they would not be able to discern whether or not someone was a qualified electrical installer. And to give one example, in my own experience, about a decade ago, my parents had a new bathroom installed, and the work carried out by the electrician was absolutely appalling. Not only was it a case of cables not being tidily ordered, the cable to the shower, one of the highest drawing appliances in the house, was completely the wrong type of cable, posing a grave fire hazard. Fortunately, in my household, my parents' household, my father was able to identify that and go through the installer like it was assaults. But not every household has that opportunity, and it is a genuine concern for me, having seen the publication that Select produced, where we have many photos illustrating some of the appalling installations that have been carried out right across Scotland. That is a clear and grave concern. So I'm conscious that I went over time, Presiding Officer, and I do not want to try your patience. So in concluding, I would simply want to say that I very much welcome this debate. I'm glad that Jamie Halcrow-Johnson has brought it forward. I think this is an area we have to consider carefully, but in terms of the principles and motivations behind it, I'm fully supportive, and I very much look forward to hearing what the Minister has to say in closing. Thank you.
Thank you.